using straight dope. So there's that. Now, moving on.
Yes. Coming up next, we have got Fresh New History by Phil.
New History.
Yep. That was what we decided to call it last night.
Okay.
All right.
So we decided to call it Fresh New History. Other people call it news. We're different. Whatever. Deal with it. And I'm not a morning person, so it is what it is. All right. So I am looking through the news, and kind of a dry news week last week. We talked about the news that we would cover, and we talked about not wanting to cover something that like a million other news outlets have covered and have beat to death and whatnot. So I decided to pluck out just a couple of things here, and I happened to come across entertainment news, and that's right, that little girl boy that everybody loves to hate, his name is, come on,
Justin Bieber.
Thank you. Chelsea Handler says Justin Bieber was the worst interview ever, and he also hit on her.
What?
Yes.
It doesn't surprise me.
Handler.
I have to ask, Chelsea Handler, if you weren't married or in a successful relationship, Chelsea Handler, would you?
No.
No? What about you, Phreze?
She's rich. I'd smash.
She's actually got a nice set of tatas.
She's rich. I'd smash.
So basically, you're saying like a 90-year-old woman who's got like $10 billion in the bank, you would smash.
Look, what I'm telling you is if Betty White walked in here right now in a teddy, you can either watch or leave. But
you know what, though? You get some credibility if you smash Betty White, though.
Yeah.
Because it's like she's like literally the coolest old person in the world.
See, the credibility isn't important to me. Just the credit. I get in there. I do a good job. I am set for life. Okay? You think about it. I get in there. I give Oprah the high hard one. She's already giving out free cars and ish. Come on. All right, moving on. New David Bowie albums will be released posthumously. So he will follow the trend of dead musical artists that will release more albums dead than they have alive.
Like Tupac.
Yes.
He was the originator.
Michael Jackson, and then, of course, a bunch of rappers did it, but nobody ever cared about any of their albums, like any of the smaller ones, like C-Murph.
Are you anti-rap? Are you anti-rap?
I'm not anti-rap. I'm pro-English.
You're pro-English.
Is that wrong? Okay. Moving.
Oh, my God. Sugar. I'm trying to clean up my act. I'm trying to eliminate as many curse words as I possibly can, but I can't help it. I got a potty mouth. There's nothing I can do about it. So
I'm using all the extras, so thank you.
And no problem, man.
Thank you. All right. On. Pearl Jam, the Detroit Lions, and Cher send help to Flint, Michigan.
Oh, yeah, because Flint, they've got that nasty, disgusting, dirty water that's like destroyed pipes and, it's like causing, kids to be like mentally retarded. And I mean, yeah, it's like a horrible situation.
Yeah. Pearl Jam announced they have pledged $300,000. Facebook, they said that they will be made to the United Way of Genesee County. The Detroit Lions, let's see here on the show.
Ziggy Ansah. Yeah, along with several teammates, donated 94,000 bottles of water, shared at 200,000. I mean, that's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water. I have one question.
Okay.
You know, I can't figure out why they're not donating.
Who?
Dasani.
Dasani?
Am I wrong for that? Dasani, that other bottled water company. You know what I'm talking about? They have like the bright blue label. Who are they? I don't care. I haven't seen
Aquafina.
Yeah,
Aquafina. Yeah.
Aquafina. Why are these companies not donating water? Like, they have it. They can skip the middleman.
You're right. Well, you know what? Anheuser-Busch actually sent cans of water because they're a cannery. They sent like a few, like tens of thousands of cans of water up to Flint, Michigan to help out. And they didn't even put any logos on it. They just basically, I think they put like Anheuser-Busch water, but it's not like this is something you can go out to the store and go buy cans of Anheuser-Busch water.
So wait, a football franchise, a star that hasn't been relevant in about 15 years, and a band that Well, they're still relevant. I don't care. But Pearl
Yeah,
Jam.
Pearl Jam will be relevant for another 10 years or so.
All right, but they're sending water. Even Anheuser-Busch, a brewery, did I say that right? Brewery. They make beer. Beer makers are sending them water, but we can't get any response from Dasani or Aquafina or nothing, really? Seriously?
They're all about the Benjamins, baby.
Okay, you know what? We're getting them on the phone next week. As soon as we get a phone, we're getting them on it.
As soon as we get a phone. as soon as we can launch our show on time and get a phone, we call Dasani. And we'll get them involved and do an interview with one of their executive vice presidents. Say, hey, yo, cheap asses, why don't you go ahead and send some bottles of water. You know, maybe you can take like the 10 cents that it actually costs you to make a bottle of water and just like claim it as like a tax write-off. You know, send like 1 million bottles of water, you claim $100,000 in your taxes, and you get a whole bunch of goodwill because it's all over the news that you sent like 1 million bottles of water. And people are like, I'm going to drink Aquafina or Dasani. And by the way, guys, if you want to advertise with us here, you just contact us at Indie Music Radio, INDE Music Radio, and we'll be here. And we'll gladly take your money. We'll whore ourselves to anybody.
Yeah.
What else you got there, Phreze?
What else you got? Okay, well, I have got ignoramus of the day. Man wearing panda suit challenges Tien Tien to snow battle. A man in Maryland has tried one-upping one of Washington's biggest celebrities. Jeffrey Phreze, dressed in his panda suit, and challenged actual panda bear Tien Tien to a snow battle Saturday amid this week's blizzard. The Smithsonian National Zoo had posted a video of Tien Tien playing in the snow, so the father from Millersville, Maryland, decided he could use the panda suit he owned for about 6 years. So they show a video of this. So this grown man put on a panda suit and had a snow fight with a real panda.
Well, yeah. I can totally see that.
Now, I'm going to say something, and I'm not going to gain any friends here. So if this happens to be our last show ever, I'm sorry, but this needs to be said. It's white.
You're going to go there?
Yes, I am going there.
You're going to go there.
I look up the name. I bet it's not Luther.
Well, it's Perez. His name is Perez. So if anything, he's very likely at least partially Latino. What's his first name again? Hold on, let's see. What was it here? So Perez
is dumbass. That's what his.
Okay, Jeffrey. Okay, yeah. I don't know too many Hispanic Jeffreys. Okay. I know. So yeah.
That man is white. Moving on. Like I said, everybody's listening like, oh my God, did he really just do that? Yes, I did. Totally.
Yeah, but you know, we crack joke. Listen, we're an equal opportunity joke cracker when it comes to stupid things that people do, no matter what color they are. And I don't want to call it a race. We're one human race, people. I'm going to stand on my soapbox for like 30 seconds here, okay? There is no white race. There's no Latino race, okay? There's no black race, okay? We're all a human race, and we all just have different colors of skin due to geography and biological something. Blind luck, yes. Yes. Exactly. So, folks, let's not call everybody, you know, Caucasian race and black race and Asian race and all. Okay, we're all a human race.
They're like Pantone 36.
Pantone 36. Exactly. Some of us need to get a little bit more sun. Some of us need to sit inside of a dark place for many years, and let's all intermingle and inter have sex and stuff, whatever that word is. That would have made a lot more sense.
Coitus.
Yeah, and interprocreate. So like all the blacks and the whites, and all the whites and the Asians, and all the blacks and the Hispanics, all of us should all just have just a massive colored orgy, and just start producing weird colored kids.
I am personally all about race mixing just because I want to see what we come up with. You know, it's kind of like a paint set. You start mixing it up, see what colors you can come up with. That's why I had kids.
Hey, you know, maybe we should do that as a segment next week and contact Sherwin-Williams to go ahead and sponsor it.
Right. We need to know what races would come up if we combine that purple over there with that. You know what? I want
that ochre.
Polka dot paint.
You want polka dot paint?
Invent it. Get on it. All right. Meet Lucifer. He's not a hero, not a villain. History's original bad boy is back. For those of you who think the devil is evil incarnate, Fox is introducing pop culture to a different, very unbiblical version of Satan with Lucifer. Yeah, they're presenting a version. Premiering Monday. That's on Fox. Tired of ruling the underworld, fallen angel Lucifer Morningstar.
Really?
Right. Takes up residence in Los Angeles as
no kidding. Satan's in Los Angeles. No freaking way. I thought his name was Stan Kroenke.
Huh? Spank. So he's not a hero. He's not a villain. He's a club owner, and he helps homicide detective Chloe Dancer catch bad guys. Satan's turned snitch.
I guess so.
Wow. Oh, wow. Is he intrinsically evil, or is it because his dad decided he was in the grand order of things? Okay, well, there it is. We have a series highlighting the devil.
Now, hey, I'll tell you this though: the Chicky who's going to be in that show, Lauren German, she looks like she's in her mid-20s, and she's 37. She's my age, okay, and she's hot. She's actually, I just pulled her up on the Googles, and she is a sexy woman. I may have to watch it just so I can bash in Los Angeles on a weekly basis, even more than I already do. But yeah, she's very, very cute. If I was not a happily married man, I would Hulk out on that.
You say Hulk out on that?
I would Hulk out on that. Hulk smash.
All right, and finally, and I'm upset by this news story because I read the headline and I'm totally betrayed. Nashville, Tennessee, a family friend said larger-than-life Nashville politician figure John J. Hooker Jr., who last day is fighting to make physician-assisted suicide legal in Tennessee, died on Sunday at the age of 85. Political strategist Todd Ingram said he received a message from one of Hooker's daughters that Hooker had died in hospice. He had been suffering from metastatic melanoma.
Metastatic melanoma.
What? Look, it's either
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
Stop judging me. One of the two. You can't do both. Now I'm upset because look at the headline.
Larger than life national politician Hooker dead at 85.
So naturally I had to look that up because I'm like, oh, there's a hooker in Nashville that's 85 years old. Like that's kind of right. And then I looked up and it's just some politician.
She's been getting the business for a long time, I guess.
Right?
Hi-yo!
I'm like, hey,
where's our soundboard? We need a soundboard that has one of those, ching. Yeah, come on. We need to work on that. We're a professional sort of, radio show. We need to have a soundboard where I can press a button and have it go da-dum-dum ching. We need to work on that.
Don't spread that around. We're professional. What the hell's wrong with you?
Hey, I said sort of.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Back off.
You might messed up there.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So, you got any for us?
I've got one that really I enjoyed reading today. Tina Fey revives Sarah Palin impression for Saturday Night Live.
Now that is a woman I would love to smash.
I'm a big Tina Fey fan, and now that Sarah Palin's back in the spotlight supporting, what's his name? Anyway. Oh, yeah.
The Donald. Yeah, anyway. The Donald. Now
that Sarah Palin's back in the spotlight, it's nice for the simple fact that I could see Tina Fey back in the spotlight, performing that role we all know her as, playing Sarah Palin on Saturday Night Live.
Well, yeah. Well, let's face it. Sarah Palin is another one of those people, just like Donald Trump, who, at least in my opinion, feel free to disagree with me. I don't care if you do. Who is just a living, walking, breathing cartoon. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Sarah Palin has her belief system, but she's a rather bit of what's that word where you believe something and then do the same thing, but it's okay because you're you. What's that called?
Sarah Palin jumped on the stage to endorse someone.
What is that? Oh my God, I can't think of the word. I know. I just want to stare at Tina Fey all day too, guys. I do. That's here.
Can you hear this?
Relationships on the
Can-
line.